Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome back to Wall Street Bullion. Our guest today is Rich Checkan, President and COO of Asset Strategies International. Before we get started, please, everyone, hit the like and subscribe button. Welcome back, Rich.
Glad to be back. Thanks for having me, Ivan.
Yeah, glad to have you on. We're recording this, as of the November 10th, and I wanted to get you down because, metals are moving again. Silver and gold prices are going up a bit. What are your thoughts? Is it a healthy correction or was it a healthy market? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, very much so. It's funny. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but whenever the stock market has a big pullback, right? All the mainstream pundits come out and they're all on the same script. They read from the same narrative. They basically says, you know what, you need to stay invested long term. You got to be in it to win it. No panics, keep calm, carry on, and all that. And then gold, after its run, the first things out of everybody's mouth was, that's it, that's the end, we told you not to buy into this, it's crazy, it's a barbarous relic, you should get out now. And it's just not the truth. I mean, I was down in New Orleans last week, right, for the 51st annual New Orleans Investment Conference, and there were miners there were analysts, researchers, metals dealers, and obviously an attendee class that was very much attuned to precious metals. And there wasn't a single person that I saw that had any concern, any doubt whatsoever. This is absolutely a healthy pullback. Put it in perspective. We were going up $100 a week in the price of gold. Okay,
Right.
for a sustained period of time. And then we had a 10% correction. All right.
Yeah.
Big deal. Big
Yeah, it's,
deal.
it's
I
nothing.
mean, yeah, it needed to happen. It's healthy. We may actually see a little bit more of a pullback. That wouldn't scare me either. There's the one thing that has not changed though, Ivan, is the fundamentals. Find me one fundamental that has changed. All right, and
None.
then maybe
Yeah.
I'll start considering that we might be, done with our run here.
Now, Rich, what do you know geopolitical or economic factors are driving countries to reduce their reliance on the US dollar and increasing gold holdings?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big part of it. We continue to see central bank buying, right? So they're increasing their reserves of gold. We may not hit the fourth straight year of 1,000 metric tons in central bank buying this year, but also keep in mind, gold's a lot more expensive than it was when they started this 2, 3 years ago, right?
Right.
So gold is double the price, and I still think we're going to scare 1,000 metric tons this year. So yeah, there's got to be a reason driving foreign countries to increase their reserve assets in gold. And for me, it's the number one and foremost is the dysfunction in the U.S., the mismanagement of the U.S. dollar. Now, there's talk over the weekend that we're one step closer to potentially ending the government shutdown in the U.S., but it's the longest in history. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. And we're not even talking about a balanced budget here, Ivan. We're talking about a continuing resolution to kick the can down the road a month or two to where they can continue to talk about maybe balancing a budget, which you and I both know they'll never do. If
Right.
they cut spending, they're going to cut programs that voters want, and they're not going to get reelected. It's kind of a critical flaw in the way our government's set up at this point. So we have that dysfunction. We've got the mismanagement of the U.S. dollar, and we also have the weaponization of the dollar. So those two factors, a weak and expected to be weakening dollar and the use of the dollar as a weapon is kind of driving friends and enemies away. They're looking for something they can depend upon to store purchasing power, hedge inflation long term. And you and I both know there's nothing better out there to do that than gold. And that's always been the case.
Hello, my fellow silver and gold stackers. Please hit the like and subscribe button. It will really help the silver and gold community grow. It'll help this channel grow, and I'd really appreciate it. Back to the video. Absolutely. Now, silver recently came out the news that it's been put on a critical metals list in the United States. How will that affect the silver market when the United States government is putting silver on a critical metals list?
I don't think it can hurt the price action in silver, which honestly was already fine by itself. It is benefiting from gold's run. With gold double the price it was a couple years ago, people are looking at gold saying, "Listen, I want to diversify into real hard assets, but it's $4,000 an ounce. I can't afford that. I can do 50." So you see some kind of that substitution buying of silver for gold already. From a supply demand fundamental standpoint, it's already very, very strong. I want to say we had 11 straight years of deficit production, and then I think we're in our third or fourth year of correction. We're of surplus production, 11 years of surplus production. We're in our third or fourth year of deficit production now. And the first year or two wiped out the 11 years of surplus production. So we're needing more and more silver. They're being used in solar panels and other functions, batteries, et cetera. Silver needs are not going away. Investors are now starting to buy up silver as well. It can only help. Putting it on a critical metals list, I don't think changes the scenario one iota. In fact, it probably just adds a little, jet fuel to it.
Hi, I'm Michael Piccioni, founder and president of Can-Am Bullion. At Can-Am Bullion, we are more than just a precious metals dealer. We are your trusted partner in securing your financial future. As an authorized dealer of the Royal Canadian Mint, we take pride in offering only the highest quality gold and silver products. And with our best price guarantee, you can trust that you're getting the most value for your investment. We offer free, no obligation consultations with one of our precious metals experts. Our commitment to excellence has earned us a 5-star Google rating, a shopper approved seal of approval, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. These accolades reflect our dedication to transparency, integrity, and exceptional customer service. Are you ready to take the first step towards financial security? Contact Can-Am Bullion today for your free consultation. Let us help you build a brighter future with the power of precious metals.
Now, how might the rising adoption of new BRICS currency or other alternatives to the dollar, reshape the global precious metals market in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, I think metals are going to continue to be the alternative that people seek, right? I could be wrong. I do not see any other challenger to the U.S. dollar coming on the market anytime soon
Right.
to supplant it as the world's reserve currency. I think a lot of folks would like to, but there's nothing, not China, not the BRICS, et cetera, that are anywhere near the point where they need to be to replace the dollar as the world's reserve, which means we're going to continue to have a weak currency, the US dollar, with a potential to weaken further as our reserve, and people will look for the most viable alternative available. That is gold. That's what they've been doing for 4 years, Ivan. It's not going to change. It's absolutely going to benefit the gold price.
What would you tell someone getting into the gold and silver market? Would you tell them to get bars, coins? Would you tell them what would you tell them?
Yeah, I hear this question a lot. In fact, a lot of people will suggest, oh, you've got to go with sovereign coins, right? Coins made by government mints because they're the most liquid. I mean, let's face it, the US Eagle, #1, Maple, #2 from Canada. They're the two most popular coins in the world, so they're incredibly liquid. But I've been doing this 30 years now. I've never once had to buy or sell a bar where I wasn't able to do it. That
Right.
seems pretty damn liquid. I tend to gravitate to wherever I get the cheapest price, right? From a trusted source, right? So it's got to be, if it's a private refinery, that's fine, but they've got to be trusted, like PAMP and so forth. If it's a coin or a round, coin from a sovereign mint, round from a private mint, again, it's just got to be trusted. I love Buffalo rounds. They're coming in at great premiums.
Yeah.
Junk silver, if you're looking for silver, we're selling it below spot. I mean, those are the kind of deals I'm looking for. You want more of your dollars in metal, and that's going to bode well for the future.
Absolutely. Now, there's a lot of talk too about China putting a 6% VAT tax on gold purchases. Did you read that article? What are your thoughts on them doing that, and why are they doing that?
I did not read that, but I know China has some issues, and that's where retail investment is going berserk. I mean, you look. My uncle right now, founder of this company, is traveling through Asia. So he was in Kyoto for the LBMA meeting. He went to visit friends in Hong Kong, Singapore, and then moving on to our friends at the Perth Mint. The bottom line is there's lines around the block in Asia. We're not seeing that here yet in the US, and I assume the government is just trying to curb some of that enthusiasm.
Hmm.
But the bottom line is the retail investor in Asia is buying by the fist loads, and I guess they're trying to calm that down and relieve some of the panic, I guess. They have issues in China too. It's not just here that the economy's suffering.
Hmm. Now, silver's at that $50 mark. Gold is moving up as well. Do you
Yeah.
have a price prediction for silver and gold from now till, let's say, the end of 2026?
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth. I mean, it's just a guess as anybody else's. Long term, there's no question we're going higher. I think in a 3 to 5 year period, we're going to see probably $90 to $100 silver and probably, I don't know, $5,000 to $7,000 gold. Where we get by the end of the year, I don't know. I still think we may see a bit more of a pullback. I don't know that we're done because we ran up so far so fast. I think between now and the end of the year, I think we'll still be below 5,000. But if we are above it, great. If we're not, great. The long-term fundamentals don't change. We're going higher and much.
Yeah, absolutely. Rich, I want to thank you so much for coming down and speaking to the silver and gold community on this channel and in this community. Where can they find your work?
Oh, our website, assetstrategies.com. You can obviously call us in the US or Caribbean, Canada. We got a toll free number, 800-831-0007. And you can just send an email to infoasi@assetstrategies.com. But thanks for letting people know where to find me. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for coming down. It's really exciting times. Every time we talk about silver and gold, there's always something new around the horizon. The optimism and the enthusiasm, like you said, is still high. There's no fear or doubts in this market, so it's really incredible. But Rich, thank you so much for coming down. Really love to have you back on in the future as the market develops.
Love to. Thanks, Ivan. I always enjoy spending some time with you.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon, Rich.
All right. Bye bye now.